So I was going to tell the story of my life. And we are going to start with a young Maggie. I had a pretty normal childhood, although we were kind of counterculture, but it was pretty normal. And I guess you could say we're artists or intellectuals or a mixture of things, but progressives in the South. Um, and anyway, that's kind of irrelevant to the fact that I grew up with a pretty normal mentality of my mental health, and so I don't come on, don't do that. Okay, be good. When I turned 17, I was a senior in high school, and then I graduated, and I still was 17, and I was pretty young, and I didn't really have a definitive plan for my life. A little bee in my bonnet was I wanted to be a writer. Um, and I really, really wanted to be a writer, but I didn't have any sort of a plan for it. Um, and so I went off to a college in Indiana, and I had a mental breakdown immediately one weekend, the first day there. And I had to go into a hospital. And so quite unintentionally I quit that college plan and went back home. And so this is about quitting. And it's kind of a story of a 42-year-old who, hey, you're making it noisy, girl. Who, good girl. Who, so this is my story. I am 42, and, the first thing I ever quit was not that. The first thing that I quit, I was about 16 years old. And I remember it clearly because I had wanted to quit things before that. A few things. But I never thought that I wanted to, because I had this fear that I would like grow in a way that I couldn't quit quitting. And so I had this intuitive feeling that that I would have a problem with quitting. And but when I was 16, I did quit my first thing. I was in a program called Odyssey of the Mind. It was like an academic after school type of a program in high school. And it was like a creativity thing. It was really fun when I was growing up. We did it. I did it previous years, but I quit the OM team. I quit the Odyssey of the Mind team when I was about 16, just because there were other things I wanted to do with myself. But I was a little self-defeated. I thought to myself, I don't want to quit something. And I was a little struggling with thinking about it because I had to go and talk to somebody in my family. And I said to him, I was like a cousin or a nephew. He was my nephew, but he's the age of a cousin. And I said to him, I was like, I'm afraid that if I quit OM this year, that I'm just going to quit everything the rest of my life. And he was like, do you want to quit OM? And I was like, yeah, I want to quit OM, but I'm afraid that like if I quit OM, then it's going to mess up my life. And this is the story how quitting OM did create a pattern. My intuition was right to a point, but I was right to ask my nephew, my wizened nephew, because he said to me something like, Maggie, if you really want to quit, I really think you should quit. And I'm sure it would have been great if you were in the OM team, but I don't think it really matters to anyone if you quit. And it'll be fine. There are enough people in the team, and it'll just be fine without you. And I was like, okay, I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to quit. So, like, I did. I quit my first thing at 16. And then the second thing that I quit was in this whirl of mental breakdown. And it also was quite unintentional. My goal in life was to go complete a college degree at that point. And I did not want to quit at all, but I had to. So that's my second time that I ever quit. I quit going to Earlham College in Indiana, and I came back to Tennessee, and I stewed in my own juices, and I was very sad for myself, and I also just was so confused about who I was, because I had lived such a normal life up until that point, and it was so confusing to be this weird thing. What had happened to me? I had had this weird episode. Never before had that ever happened to me. And so then I said to myself, I got myself together. It took me about a year to get myself a little bit together. And I said to myself, I've got to go back and try Earlham again. I know I can do it. I was a good student. And so I went to Earlham. And not everybody who knows my memory, my history even remembers this, because it was like a week of my life. But I went back to Earlham, the college, and I had to quit again. And this time it was more like a choice. It was a hard choice, and I don't remember it fully even. I don't remember this little moment of my life very well myself. But I went to Earlham and I quit again. I think, did I go or did I just withdraw? I'm so confused, but like, I really think I went. No, I didn't go back. I am just confused. It is a long time ago. I am 20 years down the road, but somehow I didn't end up going to Earlham that time either. And my mentality wasn't good at that time. I was very mentally ill. And it was good that I didn't go. It was good that I quit again. Something was good about that. But, oh, this is the third time I've quit, and I'm already up to like, I'm 19 years old. I'm getting like old. All the kids are like younger than me. I was the youngest one. Why is this happening to me? So like, then the first time I went to college, it was 2000. I tried again at Earlham in 2001, I think. Maybe. 2002, what am I doing? I pulled myself together a little bit more. I tried to pull myself together. It was so hard because I had an extreme mental illness that was going on. It was really hard stuff happening. The worst of the worst, the most extreme mental illness you can think of. So, one of them. But 2002 happens. I try again. Every time you quit something, it's because you tried. Don't completely beat yourself up if you're having to quit something. Commend yourself at first for trying and realize that the path is a crooked road. It isn't a straight line. It has weird curves in it, and there's no predicting which way it's going to go. And it is your path, and that is the choice, and the choice is good. And if you decide to quit, you have to embrace that choice. And you have to say, okay, I've quit 3 times. Hopefully, I don't have to quit everything, like 1,000 quits before I get to realizing what my life is about, or trying to be happy. But in my case, I quit 100 things, at least. I made a list. I made a list recently of all the things that I quit, because I quit so much at that point that I quit wanting to try, because I knew better. I knew better at that point. I knew that if I kept trying things and quitting, I was going to burn myself to the ground. It was going to burn all my energy out. I was going to mess up and mess up. It wasn't helping anything for me to keep trying all these jobs, because at that point I was disabled but trying to get a job, and it just was too much for me. It was too hard for me. I couldn't do it. It didn't work. It didn't mesh with my life. It wasn't realistic. It didn't help anything. It wasn't worth having whatever money I could earn. It wasn't worth anything at all. This is more recent. So, like, plod along. You're living the path of Maggie, and you get to age, I don't know, 27, and you're starting to get something together finally. You've tried about 10 colleges, maybe, attempting to start. Well, not really 10, because you did quit a few times and they were really nice and they let you back in a few times. So, yeah, there was Guilford College and Emory and Henry College and Berea College. So you're 27 now, and I think is the age we're thinking. And like, I'm guessing, I'm not really sure, but let's say that you're 27. Well, golly, you finally figured something out. You actually are getting the swing of things. You went through another semester and you didn't have to quit something. This is looking good. But right now, when you're thinking like that, for me, that is kind of missing the point too. Life is going to be what it is. It's okay to quit things. It's okay to quit things. It's okay to quit trying, because you'll get back up. Your path of your life, it's gonna be what it is. Like, it's funny because like there's some sort of quizmet in like just knowing that all of your wrong choices add up into who you are too, and maybe they weren't wrong choices. And like, so like I actually graduated from a college. It took me 12 years of school to get through college. It took me so many withdrawals. And I had to go around collecting the signature of professors and like administrators. Like, would you sign my withdrawal slip? There was this one administrator at Berea College, and I would not have graduated college without him, and it was a life goal. And he held on to my withdrawal slip and did not return it into the proper channels. So that when I came back, crawling on my knees and said, "Could you please let me back in the school?" He said, "Oh, here's your slip." I never turned it in because I thought, she has straight A's. Why am I doing this? So I developed a pattern of quitting. And it wasn't a good thing for me. And I developed a pattern of trying things I shouldn't have. And that really isn't something I would suggest. And I don't want to do that in the future. So we learn lessons about our choices in our life. And that's great. And now I don't work. And my degree has come to zero fruition in terms of like my success. I'm low income. My main hopes for improving my lifestyle is through YouTube. So please feel free to subscribe, like, share if you find this useful. I would like to be a YouTuber. So I'm sitting here in a new place, and I'm pretty grateful. I'm totally grateful for YouTube, because I think like my original hopes of my life were to be a writer, and I did end up publishing a lot, and so I am a writer. None of it do I get much money from at all, like $1 a year or something. But but I did achieve being a writer, but I never knew one of my life goals that developed later. Like, you don't always know what your goals are going to become or what your dreams might become. So a dream came out of my looking at the world and saying, well, a lot of people seem to watch YouTube. Maybe I will put up YouTube videos because I want more people to read my writing, and maybe they'll click on the link. That was the original reason that I joined YouTube and put up a video. And it was such a great accident that I loved doing it, and it became a passion for me to put up YouTube videos. So if you are watching this, you don't really know where your life is going. You kind of just have to embrace it and say, I love this life. I hope that I can find a way to really enjoy it more. So you have to pursue things that you love. And you have to be open to maybe pursuing things that might be good. So trying, that is a sign of a courageous person. Trying is something to be so proud of. And quitting. Honestly, I haven't quit quitting. I just like the title for the video because I saw somebody else put it up there, and I really related to it, and it made me feel like I had so many things to say about the subject myself. But quitting? No, I have not quit quitting. I don't think I'll ever quit quitting until I quit. And then you won't be able to quit anymore because you're just like dead. But but no, I haven't quit quitting because there's a reason to quitting. If you quit something, you don't have to do it anymore. If you quit your job, maybe you can find something better. If you quit doing something that is unfruitful, you can find something better. If you quit a relationship, you can find something better. A bad relationship. If there's something bad about your life, quit it. So no, I haven't quit quitting. I'm very much in favor of quitting. It's a crooked road, the path we walk on. And I missed a little sleep last night. But doing good, and I'll get back to normal. I just got a little too excited about the volunteer work I was doing, and I was a little restless in the night. So but I put on my bright colors to shine brightly into the world. and be like the sun or a sunflower. Well, thank you for watching my little autobiography video today. Thank you so much. And just keep watching.